Oh, Carson. Oh, he's around Garcia. He's 8th. Lane to 2nd. Lane is charging. Oh, Ross is up here. Here's Heim looking on Ross. Grant is strong. 21 laps to go. Ross is blocking Heim. Heim's looking low. Ross holds his ground. He's going to look high on Gio for 3rd. He's going to get around him. Gio doesn't have a good truck. Heim should help him if Ross can't clear. He did. Oh, here's Heim digging on Gio for 4th. Oh, Gio pulls out.
As the leader crosses the line, we've reached our Friesen.
20 laps to go. Truck Series in Michigan. Grant leads with Lane 2nd, Ross 3rd, Gio 4th, Heim 5th. As we head into 1, Lane looks to the inside on Grant. Here's a battle for the lead. Lane on the bottom, Grant runs the middle, Grant stays in front. Down the back straightaway we go. Grant breaks the draft. Lane trying to stay within the draft. He'll look to the inside again in 3. Grant's going to pinch him. He's going to hold the lead. We're going to get a battle for 3rd. Gio to the inside of Ross off of 4. Side by side for 3rd down the front straightaway. 19 laps to go. Gio on the inside, Ross on the outside. Here comes Corey Heim. He's going to push his teammate Gio forward. Gio is clear in the 3rd place. Ross will clear in the 4th. Heim slips back to 5th. And don't look now, the 7. Carson is here. The 2 best trucks, Heim and Carson, 5th and 6th. Down the back straightaway. Grant leading off of 4. Caden Honeycutt pits again. He's on a flat right front again. A good day gone bad for the 45 as here's Ross side drafting on Gio. Looking for 3rd. Here comes Heim. Heim's going to push Gio. Ross is clear in the 3rd. Ross 3rd, Gio 4th, Corey Heim 5th. Grant and Lane dueling for the lead right now, but it's a 4-way battle for 3rd at the moment. Down the back straightaway into turn 3. Gio looks low. Ross runs high. Carson nearly gets to the inside of Corey Heim, but couldn't. Grant snakes. 17 to go. Trying to break the draft. Lane was a little bit faster than 9 that time. Corey Heim looking to the inside of Gio, his teammate. Not close enough. Down the back straightaway. 3rd through 6th are closing in on the top 2.
Now that they're together like they've done on restarts earlier on, will they be able to maybe work together?
Into turn 3. Lane looks to the inside again on the 9. Ross runs high. Grant still in the lead. Breaks the draft again to the bottom. Everyone snakes behind him. 16 to go. Here comes Lane. This is the best run he's got. Lane to the inside of turn 1 for the lead. Side by side. Lane on the bottom. Grant in the middle. Lane trying to run him up out of room. Side by side off of 2. Grant stays next to him. Down the back straightaway. Watch Ross. Grant clears. Ross to the inside of Lane. Here comes Corey Heim as well. Heim with a big run. Ross looks to the inside of Grant. Grant blocks beautifully. He holds the lead. Ross in second. He's going to be right on his back bumper. Here comes a big run from Lane. Whoa, Grant sideways. Ross nearly turned him. 15 to go. Grant is getting shoved. Ross is shoving the shit out of him. Into turn 1. Ross pulls out. Ross on the bottom. He's going to try to do the same thing Lane did. Grant stays strong. Watch the 34. Side by side. Grant clears. Lane tries to dive to the inside. Ross blocks him. Ross gave him damage. 3 wide for the lead. Into turn 3. Lane bottom. Ross middle. Grant high. Who gets the lead? 14 to go. Grant's going to pull bottom lane blocks. Grant all the way to the apron. Himes going to push Ross. Grant cleared both of them. Grant and finger to the lead again. What a pass. Holy crap, what a pass. And he pulled out a big run. Meanwhile, Carson got by Gio for 5th, but here comes Heim looking on the inside of the 34. And watch Carson. Here he comes into the mix. Heim is clear in the 3rd. He may get 2nd. Ross is sliding. Heim's going to slide up in front of Lane and behind Ross. 34 is going to push the 11. Ross is going to go up the cover. Ross is blocking big. They might crash. They hang on. Here comes Carson for 4th. Everyone's sliding. Heim's moving Lane up the track. Carson may slide into 3rd. He does. What a pass by Carson. And Gio's back. Big run from Ross. Carson's getting shoved by Heim. Carson looking for 2nd. Into turn 3. Carson may go for the lead here. He may get to the inside of the 9. He does get to the inside of Grant. Side by side of a 4. Ross is going to push the 9. Watch Corey Heim. Watch Corey Heim. Heim does send it. Heim to the inside. Ross pushes Grant to the lead. 12 to go in the 1. Ross dives for the lead in the turn 1. Ross is clear. New leader, the 44. In the wall. Lane Riggs in the wall for 2. And Gio passes Lane for 5th. That was a big hit. Look at Carson on the bottom of turn 3. He goes from 4th to 2nd, from turn 3 to turn 4. What a pass. And now lap trucks. Tony's in the way. Ross getting the draft off of her. She'll stay bottom. There's another lap truck. Carson looking for the lead on Ross. He faked inside. They went outside in the turn 1. Heim clears Grant for 3rd. But the Cup boys, side by side. Ross sideways. Ross goes around. Oh no, he saved it! What a save! What a save! Ross Chastain, you madman! What a save by the Melon Man! Look at Gio! He's going for 2nd. Everyone got discombobulated because of Ross sliding. What an epic save off of turn 2! But Carson is gone! Carson's shaking the truck! Why is Carson shaking the truck? 10 laps to go. What a save by Ross Chastain. Oh, there's a tire. There's a tire carcass on the track. That's going to be a caution. There's a tire carcass in the middle of the track, and that'll be a caution. Lane Riggs is on pit road. Holy chaos. Must be a flat right front on the 34 of Lane Riggs. The caution is out, and that'll help out everybody, but holy crap, absolute chaos at Michigan. Carson Hocevar in the lead. He had a big gap on the field. Lane Riggs looks like he'll stay on the lead lap. Ross Chastain's making epic saves off turn 2. Here's an onboard of Lane getting in the wall. Oh, he hammered it.
Just that little kiss is all it took.
The wall closes up on you right there, and the truck wants to be getting tight right there. We saw the trucks out in front of him, taking some of the air off of him.
But the rookie, Gio Ruggiero, runs 2nd. After here's what happened with Ross and Carson. Ross is in the inside of Carson. They hit on the left rear of the 7. Ross gets sideways, way sideways. Carson got a little sideways. He saved it. But Ross was a full 90 degrees sideways in front of Corey Heim and Enfinger. They had the lift, and Ross made an incredible save. And Gio Ruggiero capitalizes, and that JBL Tricon Toyota runs 2nd. The rookie is on pace for maybe getting career win number 1 of the Truck Series.
That was 185 miles an hour. Incredible save by him.
Amazing.
They were both sideways going for the lead of this race, and tremendous saves by both, especially that man right there, the 44.
I'm worried about this 7 truck's left rear. I wonder, let's see if we can pick up some radio transaction.
10-4, Brian Patty Crucci.
So Carson Hocevar, after the contact with Ross Chastain on the left rear, the Goodyear got scrubbed off after the contact. So there's not the yellow lettering of the Goodyear logo. It's just all black. That's normally not good, but they're going to try and win this thing.
So what's the communication for the drivers behind him now? They hear that. They know that's an issue to be heads up.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to deal with that.
Spencer Boyle will get the free pass.
He's got a little bit of issue with
Carson Hocevar, one of the best two trucks all day, has led 56 of the 117 laps so far. He's going to try and get that win in that Delaware Life Spire Chevy Silverado.
The attitude of Carson Hocevar right there to say, hey, we're not here to finish 15th, right? I'm not running for points. We're here to win the race. Let's take our chance, see what happens.
But boy, oh boy, this would be a huge win if Gio Ruggiero could pull it off. Gio is the first truck below the cut line, but he is 47 points behind Ty Majeski, who's 10th in points. As Lane Riggs is back on pit lane, and they're beating up on it. And oh boy,
There it is. Great work by our Fox team.
that 7 truck, that left rear is a little flat on Carson there. He might have to pit. That's not normal.
As well.
That thing looks like it's going to explode.
This is
I don't know if going for the win here is the right call. That looks pretty flat. Ross got it pretty flush.
today for 31 laps. Pit road will be open.
Pit road's open. Does Carson pit? Yeah, he's coming down.
Josh.
Carson Hocevar pits from the lead, and Gio Ruggiero, the rookie, is in the lead, and Grant Enfinger stops as well.
Told me the tires were gone by the end of that run, and they need to get fuel if they want to make it to the end. So he comes in to make it.
Yeah, Josh, Carson Hocevar been so strong throughout the course of this race. They kind of went back and forth on what to do. They said, you want to win or you want to finish 15th? But ultimately, they elected to pit because of that tire, guys.
Yeah, tough break for Carson Hocevar. You told him we're going to win. They just didn't feel like that tire was going to hold up.
So now the conversation as they get ready to come back to green on Carson's radio is going to be, all right, we're still going to win. We're just going to have to do it from way in the back. And
Carson Hocevar is going to win the race off pit road. Grant Enfinger will come out second.
can't change what's happening right here.
Third will be Perez, Mills fourth, Chandler fifth.
Get back in front, it's going to be difficult.
And then Crafton 6th, Lawless 7th, Rhodes 8th, Friesen 9th.
Well, you know our director, Darren Foster, he's going to keep an eye on that 7 truck. Keep a camera on him. Let's
And that's your race off of pit road as
wind down.
now it's a Tricon 1-2. Gio leads Kime with Ross third. Daniel Hemrick is now in 4th, and another Tricon Toyota is in the top 5 in Tanner Gray. This is turning out really good for David Gilliland.
His decision. I think he will go behind his teammate. What do you think, Regan? Maybe both those trucks choose the top side. We've seen it before.
Boy, oh boy, we're going to be in for a barn burner of a finish.
There, Michael, right?
And there are so many interesting names that are up here in the front.
A little bit of thought process from Corey Heim, though. I understand.
How about this rookie Gio Ruggiero? Came in right away to this series and left the impression that this guy was going to be really good. Runner-up finish at Daytona. He's just been racking up those good finishes. Runs 11th in the points.
Make some of the blocks that you need to do so. Be an interesting decision.
Outside of the playoffs by a big margin, but boy, oh boy, career win number 1, staring that 17 JBL team right in the face. Here's the choose code, Gio high, Heim high, Ross to the bottom, Hemmer goes up high, Gray bottom, Garcia high, Mozak to the inside, LaJoy to the inside,
which is a team.
Garcia to the outside, Majeski and Dawson round out your top 10. Majeski on the outside, Dawson on the inside. And then rows 6 through 10, Frankie and Jack Wood, Andres Perez and Carson, Chandler and Grant, Lawless and Mills, and then Friesen and Crafton. 5-lap shootout for the win here at Michigan.
Very interesting.
Well, we've seen a
And obviously Detroit, Michigan,
passes for the win this season.
the home of Chevy and Ford.
Stewart, Friesen, just loses power.
Toyota might stink up that party today.
Clinic there.
What about Texas 40? Drive of the year to that point. Amazing finish.
North Wilkesboro.
But the off there, Jamie.
Low contact. Corey Hine goes around. Chandler Smith rolls into victory lane for the second time this season.
If you haven't watched much NASCAR truck racing, ladies and gentlemen, watch this restart.
Michigan International Speedway. 3 last lap passes since 2016. Second most by any track. I think number 4 is coming up in 5 laps. Here we go. The field is in the hands of Gio Ruggiero and Ross Chastain. 5-lap shootout for the win for the truckers on a Saturday morning at Michigan. Pace truck is off. Gio and Ross will lead the field to the green, heading to the restart zone. The green flag is out. We're green and a stack up. They're all sideways. Around goes Ross. Around goes Gray. It's the big one on a restart. Caution's out. Everybody's crashing. Oh my gosh. Everybody just crashed. That's everybody. Everybody. Who's in the lead? Everybody is junked. Ross is destroyed. Jack Wood's destroyed. Heim is slow. Chandler. Everyone was stacked up. They were spinning tires. Around went everybody. Daniel Hemrick is destroyed. Heavy left side damage for the 19 Napa truck. Corey LaJoy is unscathed. He has no damage. Dawson Sutton has no damage. Ross has heavy rear end damage, especially on that left rear corner. Oh, man. Carson Hocevar is unscathed. Who's leading? This is going to be overtime. No doubt in my mind. We're going to overtime. Andres Perez is unscathed, but he has some grass in the front end. Who's leading? So Gio and Ross started spinning the tires. That had been an issue all day. Everyone actually started spinning tires. They stack up, chain reaction. Gio sideways. He turns Ross. He turns Tanner Gray. And Gio goes sideways. Corey LaJoy is leading. Corey LaJoy is leading. Corey LaJoy got through there first, unscathed. Corey LaJoy is the leader of this race. I'm pretty sure everyone crashed. Corey LaJoy is the leader. Corey LaJoy is going to be your leader. Connor Mozak is going to be second. Dawson Sutton's going to be third after the big one on a restart. Oh my gosh. Everyone got turned. Hemrick got sideways. He bowled into Heim and Mozak. Wood around. Majeski, Chandler, Gio in the grass. Gray in the grass. Heim. Perez in the grass. Frankie in the grass. Everybody crashed. It's basically everyone. Oh my goodness. And Carson Hocevar, one of the 2 dominant trucks of the day, got through unscathed, and he'll be in the top 5 for this restart. But Corey LaJoy, who has never won a Truck Series race, and has never won actually a NASCAR National Series race, is going to be leading with 2 laps to go in his first truck race of the season. Absolute insanity. I'm more of Frankie. He just takes to the grass. He almost hits Gio. Frankie made it through. Have to check that splitter because he did go through the grass.
It's been a decent day for Frankie Muniz, having the best run we've seen, Michael and Regan, since.
I mean, wow. That was everybody, and there it is. Overtime, boys. It's overtime at Michigan after the big one.
That we're going to be talking about that are going to be in contention for the win.
I mean, golly. Corey Heim has heavy front end damage. He won't win this race.
What could have been for Corey Heim, that electrical gremlin, and then got in that big crash here at the end.
Corey led 29 laps today.
There's some colorful grass that they drove to the pit road.
Corey Heim's pit stall right there. Clearly, he went through the grass.
I need to sit down after that one. That was
probably a concern for
holy
him.
crap.
And that grass gets jammed up into the grill.
The whole grass is destroyed. There's grass in the track. This is going to be a long
For
cleanup,
the grounds
folks.
crew tonight. Let's listen to Corey Himes' radio.
That's exactly what we saw, Regan. Just the two leaders decided not to go at the line, and that has to be communicated back to your teammate of when you're going to go. And Corey just didn't feel like that his teammates sped up when they started to go into the restart zone.
And I even think to take it one step further there, felt like he slowed down, right? And the rule is you are supposed
1,
to
2,
maintain
3, 4,
your speed.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trucks involved in that crash. Heim, Garcia, Gray, Gio, Hemrick, Chandler, Ross, Mozak, Jack Wood, and Ty Majeski, your reigning champ. There's Gio. He's got some left front damage and a little Dota on the right side door. He's going to get some 4 fresh tires, and they're going to repair that left front.
As we get ready to decide who's going to win this.
And there's Ross, where they beat in the back.
Holy cow, we've got new players.
Bumper off.
All throughout the top 10. Frankie Muniz.
They're going to work on the left front of Heim.
Because of everything that's gone down.
I mean, wow. What a chain of,
Let's listen
what a
to
turn of
Jim
events
Shepard's
here
radio
at
after that
Michigan.
restart.
I was ready to go, and I'm going to go because the leader starts at the restart zone, not the second place guys.
And he is a rookie, and to Corey was talking about the kid, he's talking about Gio Ruggiero.
Well, and I think listening to that radio, and Michael, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe Gio felt like he was maintaining his speed, and he was waiting to have the option to restart when he felt like it was best for him to restart, which is the rule. That's what you are allowed to do as the leader of the race. So certainly Gio felt like maybe he was getting that push from behind a lot sooner than expected and where he wanted it.
But Regan, you know this. These guys are going to go. We talk about the intensity ratchets up, and just trying to think you want that push. So you need to try to get going so you can get that push. And I'm sure those.
So Corey LaJoie is your leader.
I hear what you're saying.
The rookie, Dawson Sutton, is second for Rackley War.
Is a very dangerous thing to do.
They haven't won a truck race since they won Talladega with Matty D in 2022. Daniel Hemrick is third, Jake Garcia fourth. Frankie runs top 5. Shout out Malcolm in the middle. Wow.
We take a look here at the 07 of Corey LaJoie.
This is absolutely crazy. What if Corey LaJoie somehow wins this race?
Maybe take a few races when we talked about it earlier today, but Corey thinks it played out. Corey in a
He might rethink his decision on not going the truck full time.
First of 9 races scheduled for Corey LaJoie, who's doing double duty. He's a broadcaster over on Prime for the Cup races.
Right behind him is Dawson Sutton doing a nice job.
What if Dawson wins this too?
And now he's up here in second place, looking at the damage on Daniel Hemrick's truck.
I need a running order. I don't know.
Overtime this season.
I got the top 5. It's LaJoie, Dawson, Hemrick,
Takes the white flag, the next
Garcia,
flag,
and
that's a caution
Frankie.
flag, or the checkered flag.
I want to see who else in this top 10 and where's that 7 truck is, because he's going to be flying on this restart.
As needed. Not really sure after the race we've had today.
The left side of the 19 truck and the rear end for Hemrick is damaged. But it doesn't look like it's going to be bad enough where they'll have to pit for it. Jake Garcia has some grass on his grill. He'll be all right. Frankie's 5th. He's unscathed, it looks like. Same with Lawless in 6th, and there's Carson. He's on 7th. Grant is 8th. Stewart Friesen 9th, and is that Caden Honeycutt in 10th? It is. Unbelievable recovery from the 45 team. And are we choosing this time?
Great day for him.
Yes, we're choosing. LaJoie takes the outside. Dawson to the inside. Hemrick outside. Garcia outside. Frankie inside. Lawless outside. Carson inside. Grant to the outside. And then Crafton inside. Spencer Boyd to the inside. Spencer Boyd's been running really slow. He's been lapped down a few times this race. He runs 10th after all the chaos. But the top 5 currently in career wins. LaJoy, 0. Dawson, 0. Hemrick got his first one this year. Jake Garcia, 0. Frankie, 0. But that 7 truck is looming large. Carson is going to be flying.
I don't want to sound crazy, but would you almost make him the favorite of this little 2-lap shootout coming from the inside of row 3?
Let's see what Carson can do. He's going to pull out 3 wide going into 1 for sure. Frankie's going to get put 3 wide in the middle. I've got a pretty good feeling about that.
His teammate today, Corey LaJoy, in the 07 truck, has the optimum position, right? You want the outside lane.
But Corey LaJoy, in his first truck race of the season, has a win staring him right in the face. The rookie Dawson Sutton is right there as well. There's so many feel-good stories that could win this race. Then you got one of the best trucks, Carson, right there. Here we go off of turn 4. The pace truck will make that hard left turn to the pits. The field will be in the hands of Corey LaJoy and Dawson. Here we go to the restart zone. Overtime, attempt number 1 in Michigan is green. Frankie Muniz is slow. Frankie Muniz got a bad start. Dawson's all alone on the inside. Corey LaJoy in the lead. Daniel Hemrick the second. Here comes Jake Garcia diving to the inside in the turn 1. Look at the 9. Grant sending it on the outside. 3 wide. Move the 9 to 4th. Contact. Lossless is in the wall. Wallace Allen hammers the wall. No caution. We stay green. LaJoy trying to block. Hemrick to second. Hemrick and Garcia side by side for second behind LaJoy. Daniel Hemrick blows a tire. Hard into the wall. Daniel Hemrick. That's going to be a caution. Hard into the wall. Daniel Hemrick blows a tire. And there it is. Big crash for Hemrick. Head out of the turn 3 wall. He's in the grass. He's done. Hard hit for Daniel Hemrick. Oh, man. Wallace hammers the wall in turn 2, and Daniel Hemrick hammers the wall in turn 3. Oh. Daniel Hemrick is all right. He's driving it to the garage, it looks like.
Like you, Michael. Yeah,
he's going to the garage. Hemrick's done.
And he's just kind of been there.
Man.
You know, that's the sign.
That is very unfortunate from the 19. He looked like he was going to have a chance of winning. But then his right front said no. And Wallace Allen is heading to the garage after he had contact with Grant Enfinger, who thought was clear in turn 2, right at the exit of turn 2, and he wasn't. He came down. He and the 1 of Wallace Allen collided, and Wallace lost control, hammered the wall in turn 2, and his day is over. They're going to fix Daniel Hemrick's truck, or try to, I should say, after he hammered the wall, but man, tough break for those two.
And no, we haven't talked about it a lot today, but guess what? That's why Ben Rhodes is a champion, as we've said of this series in the past, is he finds a way when maybe things aren't going his way to get towards the front and give himself a chance.
So now let's take a look at your running order. LaJoy first, Jake Garcia second, Grant third, Dawson fourth, and a 2-time champion fifth, Ben Rhodes. This feels like a race that Ben Rhodes would win. Absolutely chaotic, and Ben Rhodes just gets through the chaos and steals the win at the last second. Reminds me of Joey Logano. He and Logano are very similar drivers. Here's the contact between the 9 and the 1. Oh, the 1 slid up, hit the 9, lost control, hits the wall in turn 2, and his day's done.
Down to clear off. It just turned lawless as he tried to correct it, turn head first with the right front to the wall.
I think it's just a racing deal. Grant might have came down. It looked like he came down from that angle. It looked like Lawless came up. And then into turn 3, Hemrick blows the right front. Hard in the wall.
A lot of damage on that left front. You called it, Regan, that be surprised if he made it, and he didn't.
And unfortunate, because Daniel had done
I take that back. It was the left front tire. The left front tire blew on Hemrick.
To only get 4 or 5 laps
It shot up straight into the wall that made me think it was the right front tire. But no, it was the left front. Wow, you don't normally see that where it goes, where the left front tire blows, it just goes straight up into the wall. It's normally when the right front blows.
Well, coming up soon, horse racing's greatest test returns.
Well, we're going to have another overtime, and Corey LaJoie did a good job holding off the field, but it was only for half a lap. Got to make it through the full 2 laps if he wants this win.
Eastern. If you're looking for the Belmont Stakes Festival, that's currently over on FS1. Horsepower of a different kind coming up after our Craftsman Truck Series race concludes. Who is going to win
Oh, I'm
this?
going to sit down again.
Well, I think every time we think we know who's going to, or we want to make a prediction, something crazy happens. Jamie, I still like the position that Corey LaJoie's in right now. But keep in mind, Grant Enfinger has come from a ways back. They pitted a few laps back without having enough fuel. He's spent some
the 9 is fresh tires.
Guys that maybe have that
I
experience.
think the 99 does too.
Understanding exactly what move they can make and how they can time it out.
Oh, and so does Carson.
Groupings after they were able to get to the front by staying out and taking a chance on fuel. It didn't work out. It didn't look like it was going to work out, but now it looks like it might work out for Brandon.
Well, I'm going to take the long shot. I'm going to go with Hostbar again. He's going to have better trucks in front of him. I talked about some of the inexperience that was up near the front he had to deal with. He's going to have better trucks in front of him. There he is in that 7. Perfectly aerodynamic truck still, no damage. I think he can get it done. I know that sounds crazy, but let's see how close he can get it done.
And really just the turn of events over the past 15 laps of this race, right? And you know, the amount of moments that we've seen, saves that we've seen, scenarios where guys have gotten, you know, either had trouble on the restarts or whatever it may be. It has completely shifted what we're watching on track right now, and you know what we thought we were going to be talking about right now is a whole different cast and crew, and that means opportunity, right? We've looked at the points a couple different times today, and maybe somebody like a Dawson Sutton, if he can find his way up in to the leader spot somehow, that may be his only way to make the playoffs right now based on where he is in points. So guys would be willing to take some big chances. Ben Rhodes would also fall in that category right now.
We're going to make another lap before we choose. The choose will have a whole lot to do with Carson Hocevar's opportunity for success, who goes where, how he picks the different lane.
Corey Heim in the pits.
They continue to work on the 11 truck of Corey Heim.
Ross is in the pits.
Right front.
Ross Chastain.
And Daniel Hemrick
out.
on the back of a golf cart heading to the garage, heading to the infield care center.
So the playoff leaderboard rating coming into this race.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was just mentioning right there.
Take over your playoff leaderboard.
And you see
Heim with 4 wins at the top. Chandler second with 2. Ankrum, Hemrick, and Raja third, fourth, fifth with a win. And Grant 6th, Lane 7th, Honeycutt 8th, Jake Garcia 9th, and Ty Majeski, the reigning champ, in 10th. Then below the cut line, Gio 11th, Friesen 12th, Rhodes 13th, and Tanner Gray 14th.
Then you got Dawson Sutton in 4th place right now. You don't even see him on this list that we are looking at the moment. That's how important this race can be for him, and being inside that top 5, and as crazy as these endings are getting, or this race has gotten at the ending, I just gotta believe that those 2 guys in particular.
Are we gonna choose this time? Let's see if the pace truck rolls to the outside. If it does, we're choosing. I believe we are.
As we're coming to the choose.
We are choosing. Here we go. Where will Corey LaJoie choose? He goes to the outside. Jake Garcia takes the front row. Grant outside. Dawson in. Garcia out. Friesen out. Carson in. Luke Fenhouse is in the top 10. He goes to the inside. Frankie Muniz on the inside of row number 5, and Matt Mills on the outside of row number 5. That rounds out your top 10. Shout out Matt Mills. He's been quiet all day, and he might get a top 10 out of this. Luke Fenhouse, the pole sitter, is back in the front after being up front in stage 1 and then just disappearing for the rest of the race.
Decide that amongst the 2 of them.
Let's see, who will it be? Will it be Corey LaJoie or can Jake Garcia lock up a playoff spot?
Well, that's where I'm concerned. He has 6 more laps on his gas tank than anybody else in this.
Jake Garcia could be in trouble on his
That could
fuel.
be a sputter on this restart, and we know how tragic that could be for not only Jake, but for the rest of the field.
But we'll see what he can do. He's on the inside of row number 1.
Corey LaJoy in the 0-7.
Can he outduel Corey LaJoy for win number 1? Or could it be Grant Enfinger, Ben Rhodes, Stewart Friesen maybe, Dawson Sutton, or Carson Hocevar? Or maybe somebody else who's way in the back, like a Frankie Muniz. But here we go. We're coming through turn number 4. Pace truck will make the hard left turn. The field's in the hands of Corey LaJoy and Jake Garcia. Heading up to the restart zone. Overtime attempt number 2 at Michigan is green. LaJoy got a good start. So did Grant. Carson dives 3 wide. Dawson Sutton's getting drop kicked. Grant looks outside. Now goes inside. Side by side for the lead in the 1. Grant is clear to the lead for the 9. Here comes Ben Rhodes to the back of the 07. 3 wide for 4th. Friesen's clear. Oh, crash! Matt Mills in the wall. And he gets hit twice, wrecking Jack Wood around. Tony Breidinger's in it. Caution again. Who leads? Tony and Jack Wood could not avoid the wrecking 42. He got hit in the wall by somebody, and there's the number 5 Toyota Tundra, sponsored by Coach, with the front end destroyed, and she almost gets hit by Chandler Smith. Matt Mills lays wrecked in the back straightaway. Jack Wood is destroyed in the middle of turns 3 and 4 on the apron. That 91 is done. And there's fluid leaking out of the 42. This is going to be a red flag. Oh, boy. Man. Woo! Matt Mills is climbing out. He's all good. But welcome back. Wreckfest Truck Series. Welcome back. Here it is. It is so back.
His teammate with that damage we saw her in the coach truck make her way down.
Woo!
Being told that Carson Hocevar had a restart violation.
Yeah, it's very clear that you've got to stay
Carson.
completely aligned so you cross the start-finish line. And I was
Carson with a restart violation. His chance of winning is done. We're working on the right front on the 5 truck of Tony.
I thought it was awful close in NASCAR determined.
We're working on the fender.
Let's take a look. They determined that
And here's a replay on what Hocevar did to get the hell.
Violation. You just have to stay in line until you.
He's laying back a little bit off the 26.
Right behind the 25.
And he pulled out.
He ducked out.
He pulled out right before the line. You can't do that. And Hocevar's chances of winning are over. Just a little bit of impatience cost him. And that's it for that number 7.
But certainly, it's hard to argue with the fact that he had started to make a move down to the bottom there outside of the truck that was in front of him, and I'm sure Carson is not pleased right now.
You want to know something, Regan? I'm not going to pick him to win anymore. I'm done with that.
You're finally giving up on that ghost fight.
That dog won't hunt no more. Let's see what happened in this wreck.
Let's see what happened here to Matt Mills. He's 3 wide in the middle. Crafted outside, Dawson inside, 4 wide actually. And they all squeeze together. Mills tries to get down, and Perez is to his outside. Mills gets put in the wall, and Jack Wood runs into him. Tony runs into him. Tony just turns the 91. Ty Majeski scoots through the middle of that. What a wreck avoidance by the defending champ. But yeah, Mills tried to clear up in front of Perez on the outside, and there wasn't a hole, and in the wall. He went, then got down, and Jack Wood had nowhere to go, and Tony Arca breaking, and she just turns Jack Wood. Oh boy. What a move by Majeski to scoot through there. And yeah. Absolute chaos.
That it was going to become a game of less than inches.
Yeah.
To the end of the race, and the spotters were going to call it tight, and the drivers were going to ask for more out of the mirrors, and that's exactly what happens when we see a scenario like that.
So the leader is Grant, LaJoy second, Then Rhodes, Friesen, Crafton is in the top 5. We got pit stops. Jake Garcia's pitting.
They were worried about
Carson's
running out of
pitting.
gas.
Carson will have to start in the back. Jake.
They're going to fuel up on that 13.
I don't understand how he made it as far as he did.
Taking right sides.
Something.
And
Will they take 4 here?
Garcia right there. You
Yeah,
see,
yeah, that was a good idea.
because of the fact that they had run as long as they did, they've actually
Carson
got 4 sticker
tops
tires
off
left
on
in.
fuel.
I know
4 fresh ones for Garcia as well as some fuel, so no more fuel concerns in the 13.
But at least it is 4 sticker tires.
And there were more that pitted. I'm not sure who. They just showed Carson and Garcia.
They've used all their sets up that they were allotted today.
Oh, Dawson Sutton pitted
Slipping
too.
around under caution, trying to get
That's it for Dawson.
cleaned up. These are the guys.
Frankie,
and
he pitted.
Tony Breidinger.
There's a niche
Henry
truck.
Gray, Matt Mills,
Looks like
they're all
Honeycutt.
involved in that mess on turn 2.
And there's Jake Garcia.
So this will be our
Oh,
third attempt at NASCAR overtime. Again, it's unlimited as long as they don't take the
Unfortunate.
white flag. Once they take the white flag, the next flag will end.
Well, we talked early in the race, Regan, as the laps wind down, these truckers just get more and more aggressive, start pushing harder and harder. And Grant Enfinger with a perfect executed restart here. It's a great start.
there's a replay of the restart. Grant fakes high, then goes to the inside, and he got Corey.
Such a well-timed move because if
To the front.
just a little bit later, a little
For that
bit
number
sooner,
9 champion Chevrolet for CR7 Motorsports. Are we choosing? Are we choosing right now?
To actually dictate on the choose.
It's so.
Come to the choose line.
Yep, we're choosing. Here we go. Grant takes the outside. LaJoy takes the outside as well as Rhodes. That'll move Friesen to the front row. Crafton outside. Fenhouse inside. Perez inside. Lane Riggs rounds out the top 10 on the outside. Spencer Boyd and Chandler take the inside. So your top 10 is Grant and Friesen, then LaJoy and Luke Fenhouse, the rookie. And then Ben Rhodes, Andres Perez, Matt Crafton, and Spencer Boyd. And then the front row of motorsports trucks of Chandler and Lane and those Ford F-150s.
Has trouble on a restart. We've seen that. And at least you're on the front row of that opportunity.
But watch Jake Garcia. He is the first truck on fresh tires. He's 12th. Ty Majeski, oh boy, yeah. The right side of the 98 truck is killed.
What a fast truck we saw, Grant.
I don't know why Corey LaJoy took the outside.
He was able to stretch the
Why?
4 or 5 truck lanes.
Do you think the inside's not going to get good enough of a push? I don't know. I'm kind of questioning that move by LaJoy. Why not take the front row?
I think that's going to be the wild card here.
You got a good enough truck to maybe pass the 9.
Corey was one of our favorites.
Or do you think you have a good enough pushing truck to push your way past Stewart on the inside and maybe send in the 1 like Grant did to you? I don't know. I'm not liking that move by LaJoy. But the field's in the hands of Grant and Stewart as we come off of turn 4 for the 3rd time in this overtime. Pace truck pulls off, and overtime attempt number 3 at Michigan
Once again,
is
Corey LaJoy.
Freed.
This time, as noted, Stewart Friesen.
Even restart by Enfinger and Friesen. They're side by side down the front stretch. No help for either of them. Down to the turn 1. Grant's going to lay it all on the door in the 52. Who's going to come out of turn 2 with the lead? Or will they just be side by side? Grant inching ahead. They're going to be side by side off of 2. LaJoy and Fenhouse. Big run for Luke Fenhouse. He could take it 3 if he wants. Stewart Friesen closing in. He has the lead in the turn 3. Can he clear? Stewart Friesen is clear to the lead off of turn 4. White flag in the air. Can we make it? Down the front straightaway. Stewart's going to try and break the trap. We make it to the white. One more time around in Michigan. Friesen versus Enfinger. Into turn 1. Friesen came oh so close at Atlanta. He hasn't won in 3 years. Could today be the day to break the streak? Stewart Friesen off of turn 2. Enfinger is charging. Here comes Grant. Grant looks outside. Staying in line. Looking inside. Stewart's blocking. He doesn't have the run. Into turn 3. Grant to the high side. Stewart to the middle. Grant's turning down. Stewart's going high. Can Grant get there? Off of turn number 4. Grant's in the trap. Stewart Friesen's going to try and block. He's going to get it done. The winless streak is over. Stewart Friesen has won at Michigan. Finally. Oh, so close to Atlanta. Bridesmaid no more. Winner at Michigan for Stewart Friesen. And he is in the playoffs. Oh, man, it's been a long time coming for this 52 team. They've looked so fast at so many points this year. And finally, the speed pays off. And they are winners at Michigan. What a well-deserved win for this 52 team.
72 race winless streak. What a shot in the arm for this team.
That was cool.
Unbelievable.
I just didn't
Awesome.
see him have
Awesome.
the speed to pull that off. And man,
And shout out Luke Fenhouse. The rookie comes home third after getting the pole. Ben Rhodes fourth. Corey LaJoya top 5. Crafton, Jake Garcia 7th. Chandler 8th. Perez 9th. Lane 10th. And Stewart Friesen is going to burn it down on the front stretch wall. Right at start finish. Hell yeah.
There's Jake.
Hammerman,
Shots.
Hammerman Jake on the move. Get right in there and get you some action.
Stewart Friesen hasn't been in victory lane
I think Stewart Friesen ran out of gas.
And all the time, effort.
Didn't have as much gas to do a burnout. He's going to stop on the front straightaway at the start finish. Puts the window net down. He's going to climb out. And this is going to be a pretty big celebration. He's already celebrating. He's got his hands in his head.
Well, yeah, and I think it was after Rockingham or maybe Texas early.
Puts the steering wheel on the dash.
I'm done. I don't know if I can do this anymore. I'm not doing my job.
He's going to climb out. This is going to be a popular win. Here he comes out of the car. Stewart Friesen, winner at Michigan.
And then to be able to rebound from wondering if you ought to quit to staying in victory lane in Michigan.
How about that? Niagara on the Lake, Canada is where he is from. A lot of Canadians come out to this race. What a moment. The fans turned out. They got a show. Took us a while to get there. Here
Man, the stands are packed today for a truck race. That is awesome.
Take that helmet off, run up the track, and pick
Friesen
up that
takes his
sugar.
helmet and the Hans off. And the balaclava. He's going to run up the front straightaway to take the checkered flag. He's going to go in the fence? No, he's going to climb the fence. Hell yeah.
Whatever shock he's in, he's still got a little bit of energy left to get up that fence. And,
Oh, he almost fell.
That was a long race, much longer than anticipated. Got a 3-hour race. And his team there to celebrate the win. Caitlin Benzie.
Well, you can hear the elation on the radio from Stewart Friesen. You see the joy from the team as well, congratulating Stewart on a very hard-fought win, a crazy closing laps in this race. Stewart, we talked earlier today about how this season has been a bit of a struggle. How rewarding is this one for you?
I don't even know what to say. Thank you to Chris Halmar, Mohawk Northeast, TRD, all the great product sponsors, all these badass race fans. I know there's a lot of Canadians, there's a lot of Americans. Everybody's having a good time together. That's what it's all about, baby. Yeah.
Hell
There you go.
yeah. Hell yeah. Stewart Friesen is elated. He is finally a winner again in the Truck Series. And you cannot blame him, man. It's been a long time coming for this 52 crew. Thank you all for watching. See y'all later. Are we out? Peace. Stewart is back. Hell yeah.